Before we get started, I wanted to show everyone my lovely yarn tree. I've had a lot of people asking me about it. I have many different colors and types of yarn, and I do keep them fairly neat on my yarn tree. It also is a great way to prevent the dogs from grabbing them, especially as puppies, and snagging them from me. So this is my setup here for my winding of the bobbins. I have two bobbin winders. Actually, this is a quill winder, so it's much thinner and can take the smaller quills. This is my main winder. It's quiet. I like that it's quiet, and it is easy to do. When I am only using one single yarn for the weft, I like to use the very nice long, I believe they're 15 or 16 inch shuttles, boat shuttles from Shacked. Shacked shuttles happen to be my favorite. I like the feel, I like the style. So you can see the difference. This is the normal size, the basic 11-inch Shacked boat shuttle. It's a flat bottom rather than an open bottom, but I do have both. So you can definitely see the difference in size. What this allows me to do, this size allows me to actually put an entire towel's worth of weft onto the bobbin. So we're gonna take the bobbin out. I have, as I bend down again, I have the same yarn that I used for the warp. We're going to use the same stuff for the weft. This is what's going to make it the plain weave. I'm taking the end and I simply set it down either on the floor or in a container. If it's one of these smaller tubes, I'll set it into a container to keep it from rolling around on the ground. I put the end in, I flip it around so that the end is caught tension-wise between the hole in the bobbin and the shaft of the winder, okay? And I will pull that in tight. I have a piece of linen here. It doesn't have to be linen, I just happen to have extra linen. Yeah, go figure, I have extra linen of all things. And I use this to hold the yarn because as you wind, your fingers get warm. That's this friction, and it will actually start to get your fingers warm. So I have a buffer. Pull it close off to the left so that as you wind it, there's tension here to wrap it around, and as it's wrapped around, then you can pull it forward to actually start grabbing it. Okay? You don't have to have a lot of tension, because if you put a lot of tension on it, it doesn't want to move. But you do want to have tension so that it's not just kind of loose and hanging out there, okay? Put a little bit of tension on there and just start winding. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, sometimes I will go faster, I will go slower, I'll just wind it up neatly in a row, and then again go fast and slow. But the whole time I'm winding, it's going on beautifully. So go across. What you're looking for is so that it's not squashy. You don't want to be able to squeeze that very well with your fingers down. You want it to be a good firm tension so that it comes off of your bobbin easily as you're weaving. You know, you'll throw the shuttle and you don't want it to catch. And if you have it too squashy or too loose, it will actually catch. between the threads. Remember when we're winding onto the back beam, we put we'll put little bamboo shoots. We'll put pieces of cardboard or my bamboo, or some people will use the vinyl. We'll put that between each wind of the cloth or of the back beam. We don't get that luxury here, so we have to be kind of careful to make sure that it actually does what it's supposed to. By moving across like this, you can actually create that separation. I move it across, and then I'll do this, and then sometimes I'll just wiggle it back and forth and do the same thing all the way across, just to try to get it an even equidistant. That's a good term. Equidistant. Basically, you want the same diameter all the way across. Alright, so it has a very nice firm tension. I'm not able to squash it very well. So at this point, we're going to call this good. We're going to snip it off. I'm going to get my shuttle. And like I said, I use the Shacked shuttles. It has a nice spring-loaded bar in the center, and it has a center pull on it. So we're gonna slide that off, and you notice we have a bit, because that was the part that was tensioning it on. I'm going to simply snip it off right there at the end. Do not snip the rest of the yarn. Just snip that edge. I don't know if you can tell, but there's still just a little bit hanging out there. Okay, so we have the end of our string, so we're going to actually put it through that hole, like so. When I put my bobbin on, I like it to come underneath. So, kind of like the whole toilet paper roll debate. It doesn't matter if it comes up or if it comes under. I prefer it to come underneath. On toilet paper, on the other hand, I'm going to use the original patent, and it's going to be an over, not an under. But for the shuttles, it's going to be an under on my shuttle.